Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath.
And I'm Bree.
And this is our 5-minute review for the new Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I thought it was important that we circle back around and do a 5-minute review for this because we just put out a video a few days ago where we were talking about some of the conflict that I, more than you, feel about Quentin Tarantino.
So this is our follow-up.
It's a follow-up.
And a review.
But it's completely non-spoiler. We're not getting into the story of this movie. Really just going to give you our opinion of it.
Yeah.
We saw it first show, opening day, and I personally love this movie. I adore this movie. When we came out of the theater, I said, I feel like this movie was made just for me.
And I was thinking that while we were in there.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
You know, I think a lot of people identify with Tarantino movies like that. They're like, oh, this movie gets me.
Yeah.
But this one really did, like, so many of the things, like, trailer, we're going to talk trailer level plot points here, okay? Or not plot points, but just, like, 60s.
Things you've seen in the trailer that you know are in the movie.
50s and 60s TV westerns.
Right.
Spaghetti westerns. 60s culture, late 60s culture, the rise of the hippie movement. That music, just that general culture is just oozing out of this movie, and I love it because it's done with so much love. I think that he has found a way to, because there's not really any borrowing in this movie.
Oh my!
There's a see. That's one of the things that you guys were saying in our discussion is that, like, well, it's homage. Well,
this movie
I would
was
say
truly homage.
I would say this movie is actually homage because there's not. Listen, I just think that there's a difference. There's a distinction between taking an element out of another movie, a character out of another movie, and actually creating your own thing in the style of this other thing. And so, to me, this represents a matured director. I don't think he's in this movie. I don't think that... I kept waiting for there to be like... Okay,
I did too, because he always does.
So here's the thing. So, what Sharon Tate doesn't know, okay, is that around the corner... I'm not gonna do it. There's a cool cat waiting for him. But I kept waiting for, like, the moment where it was like, well, here we go. Here's where it all falls apart and all the stuff we've built. But it doesn't happen. It's a really good... It feels like a maturing director. I won't go as far as to say it's a mainstream movie because it still feels like a Quentin Tarantino movie. It just feels like an older, more mature, more nuanced. Lord help me, this movie has nuance.
Yeah.
So I love it because I love all of those things. You do not necessarily love all of the things that I love. You don't sit around and watch the 50s and 60s westerns with me.
I do not, no.
You're not, I mean, you do like 60s culture and stuff.
I do,
but
not into spaghetti westerns.
So how do you, like, I'm like kind of gushing when we came out. I was like, I love that movie. Clicking my heels. Singing to the moon. You were like... How did you feel about the movie?
I liked it. I didn't love it like you did, but I liked it.
But it's the thing, like, maybe
there's certain parts, and I won't talk about them because this is non-spoiler, but there were certain parts that I did love. Okay. But I can't say I loved the whole movie. But I liked it. And I think, like I told you earlier, I need to watch it again because watching it again will give me a different perspective because I had no idea what to expect. You know, even though I didn't know what to expect, you always go into movies with expectations. So you do, even if there's subconscious
even if they're really low. I try to go in with like...
Yeah. I'm not even talking... I'm just talking about what you generally expect from the experience.
From a movie?
Like what you expect from...
3-act structure.
Right, or like what you would expect from a Quentin Tarantino movie based on everything he's done. So I think it's important that I go back and rewatch it for what it is. Yeah. Now that I know what it is.
It's the movie that it is versus the movie we were maybe expecting.
Right, and I think that's important. I always like to watch things more than one time for that reason.
I'm interested what our viewers think because I know there's a lot of other spaghetti western fans out there. There's a lot of TV western fans. Right. This is kind of our subculture that we've collected here. Like we celebrate this stuff, and I feel like it is made for this kind of culture. But having said that, one of the things that he does that people talked about in the response to that video we made is that he presents this culture to everyone. Right.
It is accessible, I would say. Even though I'm not hugely into television westerns or spaghetti westerns, it was accessible to just a general audience.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I mean, for me, it was like he was looking at my DVD collection and reading my books and going through my records, and he put it in a movie. Yeah. But again, it's not like he's taking those things. It's like he's using them to tell a story. It's just different. This movie feels different.
It does.
All the things that kind of trigger me and like, well, I don't like that. That make me feel
grumpy old man.
The things that trigger my grumpy old man that make me feel protective and kind of sometimes even jealous. I'm like, this was ours, and none of that for this movie. None of that. So Leo is great.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is great. Margot Robbie, she did a good job too. But I really feel like it's Brad and Leo's movie.
Yeah. It is.
And I really enjoyed Brad and Leo. Leo, like, I'm not a huge Leonardo DiCaprio fan, but this movie, I'm like totally on board. Yeah.
I've liked him.
Yeah, I mean, I like him, but
maybe not Titanic Leo DiCaprio.
All right, guys, that's our 5-minute review. I'm gonna give it. Oh, we got to do like a 5 cereal spoons. Yeah. I'm giving it 5. I'm giving it 5, you guys. I've never given anything 5 cereal spoons. It gets the full 5.
Wow.
What about you? You give it like 1.5?
No, I would
1.75.
It's hard for me because I need to watch it again, really. But I guess right now I would give it 3.75.
Well, that's decent. That's more than I would give some of his movies, so that's good. All right, let's get out of here. This was supposed to be 5 minutes, guys. Thank you for watching this review, hanging out with us, talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Go see it this weekend. Go see it in theaters. Support the box office of this movie. Yeah, it's good. Guys, thanks. Take care. Until next time, we will catch you later.